Proverbs 31 with it, I see. Oh, you virtuous, yeah. Faithful, faithful. All around, hold it down for the crib.
Hi YouTube, is this thing on? I hope it's on. I've been trying to make this video for a little minute. I cannot find the background because I've been having a lot going on. I'm gonna explain to y'all everything in this video. Don't mind me stuck in the back. I had a party for my birthday like a month and a half ago. So a lot of that stuff is like just left over from the party. And I just been too lazy to take it out. But don't judge me. Life been lifing. I just came on here. I was like, I didn't make a video on this channel in a long time, like over a year. And my life has changed so much since that last video. So I'm just coming on here to update you guys, let you know I'm still here. Still here by the grace of God. It's been rough. It's been a roller coaster. It's been up, it's been down. And I'm just here to let you know I'm not trying to make this super long. I don't know if I'm going to break this up into parts because it's really been a lot going on in my life. So we gonna see. I'm just chilling. I'm on this video in a car because I don't know, I'm just chilling in the car. Might go get something to eat. I'm not sure, but yeah. So the last video I made on this channel was about my book. I was promoting my book. I came out with a book. You can still find it on my website, melissajeanwrites.com, or Amazon. You can search in Barnes and Noble. It's everywhere, literally. And I'm very happy about that. Like, God really blessed me. But, with blessings, life is life. So sometimes you go through things like that's beyond your control. And I already been going through things that's been beyond my control. But all in all, God is still good. Like, I guess I have to always say that God is good because He is good. Even when things don't seem good, He's still good. And yeah, so let me look and see when I made that video. Yeah, I made that video March 31st, 2022. So that was 2 years ago on my birthday. Dang. 2 years ago on my birthday, I made that video about my book and life updates and all of that good stuff. Let's see. I came out with that book. Yeah, actually, that book actually came out on my birthday, March 31st, 2022. Yeah, that was like my birthday celebration thing for my book. And then everything was cool. October of that same year, October the 5th, my dad passed away. I know I'm getting straight to it. October the 5th, my dad passed away. Suddenly, like with no warning. I talked to him. I used to talk to my dad every day. If anybody that know me know that I was a daddy's girl. So I talked to my dad every day. And I talked to him the day before, which is crazy. I talked to him October 4th. And he was going to Publix, the grocery store Publix down here. And then I told him I was going to talk to him later. The next morning, October 5th, I woke up and I didn't feel good. Like, I was feeling sick. So I stayed in bed a little longer than I usually do because I usually wake up in the morning and call him, or he'll call me if he didn't hear from me by a certain time. But so I woke up and I didn't feel good. My stomach was hurting so bad. So I laid back down and went to sleep. And it's crazy because I woke up like in the afternoon and I looked at my phone. He didn't call me, but I just figured like he was busy or something. But that was unusual. Like either he'll call me or I'll call him. But I was like, I'm gonna call him later once I eat and stuff. So by the time that, let me see what time it was. By the time I ate and stuff, it was like after 1 o'clock, almost 2 o'clock, and my mom called me, and we were just on the phone. We were talking on the phone for a long time, so I really had forgot about calling my dad because me and my mom was on the phone. But wow, you know, like if you know my mom, she always was talking and stuff. So we were just talking, and then my mom said, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna call you later." She was like, I'm finna go. She said, I'm finna go warm up my food. And she had cooked some food from the day before. And she was like, I'm gonna warm up my food and then I'll call you later. So I was like, okay. So I got off the phone. And then I went to go take a shower. So I was like, because I still didn't hear from my dad. So I was like, I'm gonna use the bathroom and take a shower and then I'm gonna call you. I didn't even get a chance to do that because as soon as I was going to use the bathroom, my phone was ringing, and it was my dad, like calling, and I was like, "What? I don't even gotta call him because he's calling me." So I picked up the phone, like ready to talk to my dad. I'm like, "Oh, hey, Dad," and it was somebody else on the end of the other line, and it was like, "Is you so and so daughter?" And I was like, it was so weird. I was like, "Yes," and it was like, "I'm so sorry to tell you, I don't have good news for you. Your dad is deceased, basically." To be honest, I really can't remember what was said and how, because when I tell you I lost it, like I said, who? She said, your dad. And apparently, like, I don't know what happened, but yeah, my dad was gone. He had a heart attack. Just like that, did not make it to the hospital. I didn't even know this was going on. And I just ran outside and I was like screaming to the top of my lungs, like, and I called my mom. And my mom was like, she answered the phone, she didn't know what was going on. She was like, "Oh, I told you I was gonna call you back." Like, she was like laughing, and I was like, "Mom, my dad just died." She was like, what? Like, we both couldn't believe it. She was like, calm down. And you know, I had to make them dreadful phone calls. I had to tell everybody, like in my family, call everybody and like, "Oh, my dad just," just thinking about that was so hard. Like, I just called everybody. I was like, my dad died. So everybody just was coming. And then when I got to my dad's house, you know, the medics and stuff was there, and then like they had already pronounced him dead and stuff. And when it was like bringing his body out the house, like everybody was just like, it was such a blur because like we was all like going in like to see his body. Oh my gosh, like he was just laying there. And then, you know, they had checked everything. He didn't have a pulse or nothing. So when they had like was bringing his body out the house, I never felt that feeling before. I don't know, I can't explain it. Like, I was just so hurt. Like my heart was like so crushed. I was just like crying. Like, I didn't even know I could produce that many tears just thinking about that. Like, I was so hurt. Like, my heart was like in a million pieces. I don't know. And it's like, dang, like even just the planet of, like, I just didn't see this coming, like the planet of the phone and all of that. Like I had to do all of that. Like it was so hard. Like, and thank God for the people that was there, like supporting me. You know, I will never forget the people that's been there since this happened. And you know, my mom was there. Like even though like my mom and my dad, I talk about that another time. Like you know, my mom and my dad wasn't married anymore, but they were still friends. Like they still got along. There wasn't no beef between them. Like oh they hate each other and stuff. It was nothing like that. They still like if everybody in my life know like they still got along. So you know, my mom was there for them, and like even like my other side of the family, like my mom's side of the family and stuff. Some of them was there. Like it was just hard. And I that Friday, you know, like I don't know how other cultures do it, but you know, in Americans, like we have Friday night is like a wake, and then you sometimes you have like a fish fry or something. So that Friday, when like I had to go view his body like before everybody else came, because the immediate family goes to view the body like first before the public, before it's open to the public. Yeah, I remember like walking into that funeral home body, my body was shaking. I felt like I was going to throw up. That's how I felt. And I don't know, I just felt like for every tough thing that ever been in life, I've always had my dad. No matter what I was doing in life, I've always had my dad. So to have to do this alone without him and it's for him was like, it was such, I don't know, I can't put it into words. It was such a weird, awkward feeling. Like, I don't know. It was so weird, but it was so tough. Like, I tell you, my whole entire body was shaking. I couldn't believe that this was happening. I just couldn't believe it. Like, for weeks, I didn't sleep. I would just sit up in the bed and stare at the wall and cry and cry. I would try to cry myself to sleep, but nothing would work. I couldn't sleep for nothing. Like, I just couldn't go to sleep. Like, I couldn't go to sleep. Like, I'm sorry if I'm looking over here, because I'm looking at the viewfinder. I'm supposed to be looking here. I'm so sorry. I done made this whole video looking here. I'm supposed to be looking here. So, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. Everything was just like a blur. Like a blur. And I don't know. It was so weird. But I had my mom. My mom was like encouraging me, sending me scriptures every day. Just like really, really, really being there. And that was in October the 5th. My dad's funeral was like October 18th. But it was like, really, I wanted the funeral to be super, super fast because it was such a dreadful, draining thing. But my family wanted to wait till like people from out of town came and stuff. So, you know, you have to get people time to get their flights and all that. So it was, we had like October 18th, 2022. So after that, I was like making sure like I spent so much time with my mom, because I just was like, dang, like my dad died like with no warning. Like what? He just died. Like other people have died in my family, like my grandma, my uncles and stuff. They had like terminal illness. Like my grandma, uncle, and they had cancer. My dad was in good health. My dad used to go to the doctor. I used to even go to the doctor with him sometimes. He was doing good. Then my dad died. So it's like, that right there was like, dang. So that was in October. Then November. Oh, I forgot to mention. In August, I believe that was like August, my dad's brother had passed away. So September, and in October my dad died. So like one of my dad's younger brothers died, and then after my dad died, it was November, December, January, February, March. 5 months later, literally 5 months later, March the 6th, 2023, my mom died. Now, boy, I tell you, just even thinking about it. Another situation where it was no warning, I had just going about. These events I will never forget because I remember exactly what I was doing, who I was. Like I remember every single thing. I guess the trauma, I don't know. But March the 6th, nearly 5 months and 1 day after my death. Okay, so March the what? Friday. Okay, that was March the 6th. March the 3rd. Right. March the 3rd, I was on the phone with my mom for 5 hours. I screenshot everything. I was on the phone with her for 5 hours. We were just talking, having so much fun, laughing, because both of us was like grieving really, really bad. Like after my dad died, like it was a hurtful situation. So she knew how much my dad meant to me. So she would always try to cheer me up. But I know, like my mom and my dad was together like for years, even before I was born. So even though they wasn't married no more, just to know that like your spouse is gone, like your ex-spouse, the father, your child's father, like that would hurt anybody, like especially if you care. Because I'm just learning that a lot of people out here really don't care about others. Like I don't know, but I care. And my mom cared. So March the 6th, okay, March the 3rd, I was on the phone with my mom literally for hours and hours. I won't forget. Because she was like, oh, she just paid all of her bills. Like, we were just talking. Like, if you know my mom, she's a talker. Like, she always talking. So, we was on the phone for hours. And it's crazy because I really didn't feel good. I didn't feel like talking to anybody. But my mama called me, so I'm always talking to her. And I didn't tell her that I didn't feel good. I just sucked it up. But I was so glad we did talk because it was like one of the best conversations we had in those couple of months since my dad passed. Because everything was just so sad because I just be crying and crying. So we was on the phone for hours, for like 5 hours. And then this is what she said. When we was hanging up, she was like, because the next day was Saturday, she was like, tomorrow I'm going grocery shopping, I'm going to the grocery store. And Sunday, I think she was like, Sunday she might get up and go to church, and then she gonna cook her dinner, and she gonna relax and get ready for work on Monday. So she was like, because she know I used to always be calling her. So I guess she was trying to tell me not to call her. And she was like, I'm gonna call you on Monday when I get off work. That's what she said. And then she was like, if there's anything, I'm gonna text you first. I'm gonna text you and tell you to call me, or if you need me, text me or something like that. So I was like, okay, because I know like I used to be, if you know me with my parents, I used to be running them down. So I was like, let me let her handle her business. It's like the first of the month. So she was like, she was going to Walmart and Publix and all these places, and she actually did because everybody, I'll say everybody, but people told me they seen her, which is crazy. So Saturday, one of my best friends said she was with my mama. They went to the grocery store. My mama was good. Like everything was good. She was like, they was laughing, having fun. And then Sunday, my neighbors and them said they seen her. And she was like, yeah, I see her. She was outside. I don't know. But Monday morning, I'll never forget, because I had started working. I I was trying to get back to myself because, like, I don't know if you ever been through grief. If anybody out there been through grief and what it can do to you, how it, like, tear you down and you don't feel like yourself. That's what I was feeling. I was not feeling like myself. So I was like, man, like, I need to, like, feel better because it's been months and I feel so sad. So Monday morning, I got up. I said, I'm going to read my scriptures because every morning I get up, I try to at least do something pertaining to God, whether it's watch a sermon, say a prayer, read a Bible verse, like a devotional. I at least try to give God his time. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect, and sometimes life don't, you know what I'm saying? But we gotta give God our time. So I woke up that morning. I remember I put my phone on do not disturb because I was like, I want to give God at least an hour of my time. So I put my phone on do not disturb. So from like 9 to 10 o'clock, I watched two sermons. I was reading the Bible and I was praying, talking to God. Really, really, and I don't know what it was, but I was really, really talking to God. I felt so emotional. And then I was like, let me get up, put on my clothes, and go work out. So I got up, I put on my clothes, and I went. I literally was walking outside to go work out. And then my phone rang. No, I got a text message from my mom that said, call ASAP, it's urgent. So I'm like, dang, what happened? Because I'm thinking something happened at my mama's job. Because sometimes, like, if you start happening at my mama's job, like, I can't say on YouTube, but violent stuff, like, at her job always was locked down because of the area and stuff, like. So I'm thinking something happened with dad was, like, I don't know what I thought, but what I heard when I called was not what I was expecting. So I called, I'm thinking, like, so I'm ready to say, dang, mom, what happened? That's how we talk to each other. I'm like, mom, what happened? But all I heard on the other end of that phone was, this is Miami-Dade Police Department, and I'm sorry to inform you, but your mom is deceased. And it was a replay. I thought I was dreaming because I just got this call about my dad 5 months ago, literally. And now I'm getting this call about 10 o'clock in, like, literally like 10:15 in the morning. And I was outside. When I tell you, I dropped to the floor. Like, I dropped to the ground on the floor. I was like, what? I was like, Lord Jesus. Like, my heart was like, and I'm like, what happened? What happened? So I'm on the phone with the police. And then he was like, he's not sure. They was called there for a wellness check, but I didn't even know. It's just a lot of things I had to go through since my mom passed away because I didn't even know that. So, okay, my mom didn't show up to work. My mom didn't show up to work that Monday. And if you know my mom, she never missed days. She never missed days at work. So she didn't show up. My mom's supposed to be to work at 7:30 in the morning. So her coworkers and her supervisor and managers, everybody was like, they was calling and texting, calling and texting, calling and texting. No answer, no answer. They claimed they called me, but I never got a call from them. After further investigation, they did call me. What they did was, um, they called my mom, one of my mom neighbors, and I don't know how was they able to do it, but they called the police and was saying that my mom was missing or some crap. I don't know. But they called the police and the police went over there and did a wellness check or whatever. So I have the key to my mom where my mom lived. So if anybody would have called me, I could just went over there. Which I'm like, I'm not so upset because I don't know, like, how I would have felt if I would have went over there and found my mom deceased like that. But yeah, so my mom had me down as an emergency contact. They went in her phone. Like, I don't know how. I don't know. To be honest, it's all a blur. But yeah, they called me and they told me, and it was like I have to come ASAP. So I was just calling all my family members, and I was just, hey, not again, not again. When I went over there, like, just walking up to the door, I just broke. And I'm not even explaining like really how I felt because I can't even put into words. If you ever lost somebody close to you, like, especially like your parents or people that raised you, or a child or a spouse, you know, that is an undeniable feeling. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but I'm coming to the terms that it's death is inevitable. Like the day you born, you have the day to die. And I know that sounds harsh, but I don't care how long. Like this is a video I have to make another time. Like it don't matter how long somebody's been alive or how long you feel like, oh, this person, if they're not sick, because neither one of my parents was sick. Like they might have a common cold like everybody else, or a body ache here, a body ache. But I'm talking about like sick or medication and stuff. None of that. Like back and forth in hospitals, none of that. So a lot of the things that people have said to me, I'm saying I have to make a separate video. This is just an update to tell y'all where I've been, what's been going on. But yeah, so I had to go over there, identify the body, of course, and all that crazy stuff. And it was just a lot that went on with my mom's death. My mom's death was 10 times worse than my dad's death because my mom and family, child, that's a whole other story, a whole other day. Like, I don't even call them my family. Some of them cool, but the rest of them, no. Like, my dad's family is very different from my mom's side of the family. So I just leave them in the hands of the Lord. And I don't know. Like that was a situation that was something like I'm sorry, I still keep looking up here. I must be looking up here. But yeah, so just to break it down, I wanted the video to be super, super long because I want to do really, really go into depth and what's been happening after the death of both my parents. So I lost 5 people back to back. So I lost my uncle, my dad's brother, and then I lost my dad. So I lost my uncle. I lost my uncle in August. I lost my dad in October 2022. My mom in March. And I lost one of my cousins, separate cousins, in May. And then my aunt, my mom's sister, I watched her die. So she died at the hospital in front of like me and some of my other family members. That's a long, I have to tell you about that. That was a very, very crazy situation. That was unexpected too. She died in July. So for the past year and a half, it's been crazy. It's been a lot of things going on. My battery is about to die. So I really got to make a part 2 to this. But so it's been a year that both of my parents been like a year and a half. My dad been gone. It's been a full year. My mom been gone. Yeah. So my camera died. I told you I was gonna die. But this is my outro because I ain't want to just end a video like that. Until next time, y'all stay tuned for part 2. And thank you for watching. See you guys later. Bye.